this is Zach from Board with Friends, and today we're going to take a look at a model kit. So if anybody who's listened to the show in the past remembers, we have our off-topic show, Board with Friends, B-O-R-E-D, the off-topic podcast that we do. It's not focused on board games, and we did an entire episode around Gunpla, building model kits. And I thought it would be fun to, take a look at one on the YouTube channel here. Because I like Transformers, and I found out that Flame Toys, see if you can see their logo there, they are releasing some model kits licensed by Hasbro for Transformers. One of my other favorite things that I like to talk about at length. So this particular one I picked up from usagundamstore.com, and I decided from their initial run they had Optimus Prime, they had Nemesis Prime, this guy here, and they have Starscream coming out shortly. And these are very stylized versions of the characters, but because I didn't quite care for the design as an Optimus, but I thought it did look cool, I wanted to check it out as Nemesis Prime. So I picked up this copy, and we're going to take a look at it. So on here, we got our instruction booklet. I have to say, the artwork on this is phenomenal. Like, I just like this style. It looks cool. It's going to be a full-color instruction booklet, which should make it easy. And we got some runners here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, a lot of runners, we'll say that. Ooh, and a lovely clear plastic red, which is a lovely color for Nemesis Prime. I'm excited for this. I like Nemesis Prime. I liked his card in the Transformers trading card game. So, yeah. Let's see if we can put this back together and kind of all fits nicely back in the box. Beautiful artwork, like I said. So, let's build this thing. Alright, that should do it. Let's take a look. Oh, magic. Alright, so here we are with Nemesis Prime. All assembled. Don't know how that happened, just by slamming down a box, but whatevs. Alright, so let's take a look here. Now, the figure itself, this is pretty sweet. I mean, the assembly, it builds together kind of like a high-grade Gundam, with some unique twists. There's no inner frame or anything like that, but it does have a lot of poly caps that put it together for the elbow joints. Great articulation. I mean, this great elbow bends. The waist joint, though, holy crap. Like, this design, this look, I mean, not everybody's going to like this super anime look of the figure, but I can tell you, it makes it so that you can pose this guy in some pretty insane poses. You got a little flappy here for his waist. He can do the full kneel if you really wanted him to. Maybe he can. I don't know. There we go. He could even like balance himself out. I mean, he's got so much. Every way you pose him, he kind of looks, well, that looks more like he's posing for a calendar, but it does look cool, the amount of stuff here. One of my favorite things about any action figure, if I'm playing with it, is how posable is it? How cool can I make him look? And the only thing I would have to say from, like, I've always been a fan of the dark version of Optimus Prime, whether you want to call him Scourge or Nemesis Prime. I always go back to, like, the original Robots in Disguise cartoon from 2001? Was that what it was? Yeah, 2001. Scourge, they called him then. He had, that perfect look, the black, the red windows, and the gray, and the teal. And this one does have teal here. It comes with a few stickers, which, add a little bit. I would have liked a little bit more. I did leave off, this was my choice, some of the stickers on here. The silver ones, I mean, you can choose to put them on if you want to, if you ever got this figure. Only one I added on was the one for the head here. But I mean, it's just a really, really nice design. I ended up having to glue a few bits here, the crotch plate, and the butt flap over here, just because they kept popping off. I didn't end up gluing up here this little spinal column thing, just because it needs to be able to move and pivot with the rest of the body just a little bit. And this piece holds it in place, so I guess that's fine. But yeah, any way you look at it, I really dig this figure. He just looks, well, he does stand up on his own usually. He does look pretty awesome. What he gets for accessories, just move him back a little bit, is all this stuff. So the clever thing here, if you notice in the hands, and there goes my phone. If you notice in the hands here, you know, it's not, there's no manipulators like on a Gundam where you can open up the fingers or anything like that, which is a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, the good part about it is it's simple. The bad thing is, like, you can't pose the hands like you could on some other like Gundam kits. And I am going to keep comparing it to a Gundam kit, even though it's not Bandai. If I were to pop these off, I mean, you look there, there's no fist holes, which I know bothers some people on the internet. But if you look over here, the way the hands actually grip things is just a simple two-piece system. You got the one piece that's a ball and socket, and there's a little groove on there, and you pop on the weapon into that slot, and then you just pop on the other side of the fingers and close up around it, which actually ends up holding it very secure. I have to make sure I'm looking at the camera when I'm doing this. The other part is just the piece that you put on the back. It's just the hand armor, I guess you could say. So if I popped off his hand and I want to have him carry his gun, now that I have, that part, and then you just take the ball and socket and pop it right in there, and he holds it pretty darn securely. So now, you can pose him with his weapon however you want to. He could be pointing, make sure you kill that guy over there. Can't really point, I guess, since he has a closed fist, but whatever. You could, manipulate it, make look he's holding his gun. Really, really nice design there. I dig it. Then you got this giant axe. This gets into one of my complaints about the figure that I've seen so far, is the stickers themselves. I would have liked, particularly this piece, the weapon, the axe blade, to have been done in transparent plastic. If they had done it in the same red as the chest plate, the windows, or the eyes, that would have been fantastic. It would have looked cool. I do like purple. I think it's a nice contrast. It, complements the Decepticon symbols on his shoulders. But at the same time, it's not a great sticker. It's huge. So trying to put this on was just a nightmare. I had to do it multiple times. It's already peeling up. I might end up just taking it off and painting it. But I don't know how well my paint skills are going to do with that. But the axe itself, it's a really nice design. I mean, it looks sick. It looks like it could do some damage, and I love that they put the wheels on here, so it looks like it came from part of his, part of the truck mode. So everything looks like it's, comes from, like a Transformer should. The clever part is how he holds the axe. Now, if you look at it here, it's just circular. Nothing's really going on here. But if you, I'm trying to get this focus, you slide off this little piece on the axe, and then there's a hole right there. And then you can take his other hand-holding fist and put that in the slot there. Hold it in place while you're reaching around a camera. And close that up. And boom, he's holding his axe. And then you take this part here and you pop it on. Now, there are little pieces that it came with so that you can, attach it to him so he can carry his weapons. None of them really look good to me, but he does look good holding both weapons. So if you pop off this handle and throw him across the room, you can take this hand. And now, he can hold his axe. And he holds it pretty sturdy. I mean, it doesn't feel like the joints are super tight, but they really are. Whoops. Just gotta find a cool pose for him. You know? Yeah. He's got some great bend. He's got some great posability. Any way you pose him, really, he just looks cool. So I can't complain about this figure at all. I mean, you can look at him from any direction. It's just a nice build, and it was fun. And I did it in about 2 hours or so. I know there was some movie magic there, and I just ruined it. Whatever. I'm sure I tricked some small person who thought that I just slammed the box down, but realistically, you know, clever editing. Not really clever. Anyway, just no matter how you pose him, he looks awesome. Your mileage will vary whether or not you like the the Nemesis Prime versus the Optimus Prime. Some people, I'm sure that's why the Optimus Prime is the mass release, but like I said, this particular design, I don't feel like it's an Optimus. The angles, the way it looks, it felt like an evil, twisted version of Optimus, which is why I went for this one. The only other complaint I would have, it goes back to the stickers, is these right here. I don't know if you can see them in my camera light, but these little divots, which would be the lights on the top of the truck cab, if he were to transform, these are the most pain in the rear end stickers I have ever tried to apply. I've applied a lot of stickers in my lifetime, and these were awful. Just super tiny. If I could do it all over again, I would have just done dabs of paint. You know, just a little bit of red paint would have been fine. Or teal, in fact. Something that would have stood out. But yeah, overall, Flame Toys did a fantastic job. The plastic feels like good quality. It doesn't feel like a knockoff. The cost, that's up to you. I mean, it's a little pricey for the size of the figure. I've paid less for high grades that have more intricate parts on the Gundam side of things, but it's still pretty cool. I like it. I love that we're getting some model kits finally of Transformers. The future stuff, the products that are coming out, like the IDW Optimus Prime and Megatron, I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, if you like building model kits and you like Transformers, this is going to be a cool one to pick up. If you don't like those things, then I don't know why you're watching this video. But other than that, if you want to see more builds like this, looking at more figures, I love building model kits, so like, comment, and subscribe like the cool kids do, and let me know what else you want to see. If you want to see more of the Flame Toys model kits when they come out, I'll see if I can pick them up. But other than that, thanks for watching.